Today, the sights, the sounds, and some stories.
And the rain.
From our Scotland workshops. Well, hey everybody, it's Hudson. I got Rick with me.
Howdy.
We are on the Isle of Skye on the little porch of our Airbnb.
Out in the Portree Harbor.
Yep, Portree Harbor. It's the tide is coming back in. It's a little bit of a wet day. We chose not to go out tonight with our second group from the workshop, but we have had some pretty good light the last couple of days.
Yes, we have.
And
yes,
we've been
we have.
burning the candle hard.
Yes, we
climbing up to the Old Manor store and going to Kerrang and driving to the other side of the island on the west for sunset at Talisker Bay. It's been a ton of fun.
It has been a ton of fun.
We've had two
workshops.
Fun workshops, great groups in both. Glasgow to Skye. Rick and I explored Edinburgh a little bit in between with our good friend Norma. Why don't we just show some of the sights and sounds from this workshop, and then we'll tell a couple stories from it.
What state is that?
Georgia?
Georgia.
Georgia.
What you really want to have is that tap to focus.
Yeah.
Because then you can do it in one very quick.
Another interest of mine, I love night shots, I love photographing things at night.
All right, so I think you can see, looking at that video, looking at those photos, that we've had a lot of fun and we've had a lot of drama on this workshop.
Yes, it's very dramatic.
Very, very dramatic. And yet we haven't had a whole bunch of like colorful sunrises and sunsets. We had a beautiful one in Glasgow. But, you know, we've had interesting light, we've had clouds. I would take it over severe clear. Severe
Yes.
clear tends
Yeah.
to be super boring for me. You know, there was a morning where we could have gone up on store, but there were like no clouds to speak of whatsoever. I think the morning that we went up and we had the foggy mist shrouding the rocks was beautiful. You
And
know?
the group that I took up to Keyrang had a morning of just utter magic.
Yeah, and that's the, you know, one of the things I think that has been just pounded home in this workshop. It can happen in any workshop or photo trip that you take, is that, you know, nature and weather do what they do. You put yourself in positions where you're the most likely to
Yep.
get interesting and dramatic photography. You check the weather. We've been looking at the
Yes.
UK Met Office's cloud map, rain map, Doppler radar, weather forecast, and we picked our moments to go out.
Yeah.
And we picked our moments to stay in and do some training. And we've also been reminded on this workshop, I think, that, you know, a workshop isn't just about going out and standing in front of beautiful things. It's about helping to make sure people are learning to better visualize and better work with their equipment.
Yeah, I mean, I think about Amit and Ed and a bunch of the other guys, you know, wanting to spend some time learning long exposure photography.
And using the case filters
Yeah.
that they have and working with,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
we went out.
what type of composition works with what type of shutter speed.
Yeah, and it was amazing. It was such a powerful moment for me because, you know, we're out there and Amit was talking about, you know, seeing this thing and just, you know, wanting to do some long exposure, and we talked a little bit about it and, you know, what lens he was using and making sure that he had filters,
Right.
you know, and it was like, so we trekked back up to the van, you know, up the hill.
At Nice Point.
At Nice Point,
Yeah.
and you know, gave him the filters. We talked a little about what to do, and then, you know, like an hour later, he came up to me, shows me the back of his camera. I'm like, oh my God,
It was
this
beautiful.
is your first
Yeah.
long exposure?
Yeah.
You know, and then out at Talisker Bay, the same
Out at
thing.
Telescope Bay, and he was kind of framing up something similar to what he'd done with you at Nice, but it was a more dynamic scene with
Yeah.
interesting waves rolling through the foreground with sort of frothy foam in the waves, and those kinds of shots where you could have a slower or a quicker long exposure, you know, half a second to 2
Yeah.
seconds, where it pulls back and you get that
Yeah.
motion feel in the foreground with rocks in the background. And I started showing him what I was doing on the back of my camera, and then when we did image review today, he shows me an image completely different than mine, but beautiful. And
Yeah.
it's like, wow, you know,
Well,
you're
and the other thing is, I mean, it's not just long exposure. I mean, we had moments with panos, we had moments with high dynamic range.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. It's you know, high dynamic range still seems to be a bit of mystery to people.
right.
You know, and
When
it's-
should I be worried about too much contrast in my scene and capturing multiple images to blend?
And it's great. I mean, I think the thing that makes me most fulfilled during the workshops is, you know, the group comes together and people are talking and that, you know, you can help them fill in those little bits that sort of help them become better photographers.
100%.
And that's, you know, that's why I do this every day. I mean, you know, I
Well-
love you, but
Well, and we love Scotland, and we love this
Yes,
island.
we do.
Here we are on the Isle of Skye, and as quickly as it was raining and nasty, it's starting to kind of open up and turn interesting again around
there's
us. And
blue sky right
there's,
up there.
there's blue sky off
Yeah.
to our left. It'll
So-
probably be sunny in a moment. That's just the way it works here, and
Yep.
and I love the drama of this place and the landscape. There's no place really like it. The
I will
people,
miss
the
it.
food, I will too. It's been a long haul though, and I'm excited to get home to the family.
yeah. And
but-
I've got a little bit more time to go here.
We're headed up into the outer islands.
Yep, I'm gonna go to Harris for a few days, and then Assynt,
Yeah.
and Ullapool.
I can't wait to see
And
the
then-
pictures. I loved Ullapool when
Yeah,
we were up here
it's
before.
a
Yeah,
great place.
It is
so.
a great place.
And
All right.
we get to see our friend Duncan.
So good times. I hope everybody out there is staying safe, staying creative. This has been a good one, and it's been a really good couple of teaching workshops. We've taken some of the weather breaks and really worked on training, both editing and capture and tripod support and equipment, and it's just been a lot
Yeah.
of fun. I think
Yeah.
it's been really, really fulfilling and rewarding. So
I will
thank-
tell you,
Oh,
I am tired though.
yeah.
This is our last workshop of the year,
I think
and
it's time for us to go get some ramen in
Yes.
in Portree.
yes.
So.
All right.
All right, everybody, take it easy. Stay safe, stay creative. We'll see you next week.